artist. Super excited to talk today about the topic CrossFit is for everyone. And I literally mean it's for everyone. We believe in CrossFit that the needs of our grandparents and Olympians, and I'm going to add in our children, do not vary by kind. We all need to be able to do the same things. It only varies by degree for which we do it. So we believe that even from birth, you should be participating in CrossFit, or you can participate in CrossFit from birth. And the reason why is I have a 10-month-old daughter, and one of the first things she started doing was her eyes would light up when she was learning about what we would do as humans. So when we would talk to her, when she'd see us interacting with her big brother, when we would eat dinner, she was watching everything we did. And so I believe CrossFit can start even at that age for our children, that they start watching us move with intention, that we're doing things on purpose, we're caring about the way that we move, and that's an environment that we are nourishing here at Artistic CrossFit, is that we want to show skiller excellence and execution, and that begins from the moment we are born. And it's interesting, even at 9 months old, my daughter was actually here today, and she was crawling around. She was trying to crawl over things. There was barbells on the ground. She's trying to crawl over those. She's grabbing the medicine balls that people were using for the workout, and she was trying to play with it. And so the thing that we encourage in 9-month-olds, or kids who are just starting to move around, is we want to encourage them and say, good job, you're moving. So even for her, I would say, that's amazing, you're doing good, keep it up. And so we believe in if at that age they could be in this environment, they can be around and see what the workout is, start to watch that, and then try to mimic it. You know, it's amazing, kids will try to mimic what they see. And so we've even had 2-year-olds join workouts. We've done hero WODs. So hero WOD, if you're not familiar with CrossFit that much, anyone who's been doing CrossFit probably knows what this is, but we honor service professionals who have passed away in the line of duty, and we want to honor them with a workout that's usually really hard and challenging. And so we had one I remember called Brenton, and my son, when he was 2 years old, was up here at the gym. We were doing it, and there was one of our members. It was beating her up. The workout was hard and grueling. She closed her eyes, and she was standing there, kind of like this. And my son comes up to her at 2 years old and says, "Come on, you can do this, I'll do it with you." And they started finishing the workout together. And it's amazing because he was mimicking and seeing, and he knew, hey, she needs help, encouragement to finish the workout, and that's what he did. And so even at 2 years old, kids can be here at CrossFit. We believe that. From like 3 to 7 years old, you start to encourage the right movement patterns. Now, kids are always growing, so this kind of carries over into their teenage years, like 7 years old all the way up into 18, when their body's still changing, their bones are growing, and you kind of have to really build understanding of the movement, because their body will change and that movement will change. Where they used to be able to squat a certain weight, they might not be able to for a while, when that range of motion changes because of their joints and levers changing as well. So that's an interesting thing with that age group, but that doesn't mean that they can't work out, doesn't mean that they can't lift weights. We just have to work in that mentality that we understand that they're going through bodily changes. We have to be aware of those and make sure that they're smart enough to not injure themselves and just work that way. And then 18 to 40, it's just, I think you get that grace period where you can get as fit as you want. You can push it through the ceiling, and you can see some amazing things happen. Your body's still recovering really quickly, and so that, I think, is a great time to kind of take advantage of the moments where you can start to see your fitness level improve at astonishing rates in CrossFit. But even in their older age, it's beautiful because the needs of our grandparents don't change. So at 40 to 60-year-olds, you just have to start to be honest with yourself. Have a little bit more, less ego, a lot more honesty, but it doesn't mean you can't improve. We've seen people start CrossFit in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and still do things that they've never done their whole life. We've seen people do a rope climb for the first time. We've seen people do a handstand for their first time, and pull up, and all these different movements. So it doesn't mean you can't improve or see yourself do things that you never could. When you're in an environment that's encouraging improvement, it's amazing how everybody rises to that level, and we just see amazing things happen. People get huge wins that they're so encouraged by for their life. And I would say probably the most encouraging is when you see people gain range of motion and flexibility. A lot of people can't touch their toes when they start CrossFit. That is a big win. Being able to put your hand over your head, and that's a big win. So there's simple things that we focus on, but they mean a lot to people who have lost functionality. And that's kind of what happens in our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, up to our hundreds, is functionality can start to diminish if we're not intentional about maintaining it and or improving it. And so even in your 60s until you're like 110 or you're gone from this earth, you can still change your body. You can still look forward, and you can still learn. There's that old adage that an old dog can't learn new tricks. I don't believe that. I think that we have to just encourage each other as a community to see the potential in each other. So when someone says, I can't do that because, that's just a point for us to say, well, then my goal is to get you to do that. And I don't really care how long it takes. It could take 5 years, 10 years. But if someone's consistent enough and they focus, they can be in an environment where they can do anything. It's so fun to watch kids try to learn how to throw a ball at the wall. And I know all of us know this struggle where the ball comes back down, hits you in the face. This happens often, in fact. And just to be able to watch children who are learning to crawl, watch us do things like that. So we'll, as adults, mimic them sometimes. We'll do their movement so they can see us do the thing that they're doing, and they get excited. You'll see this big smile come on their face. They'll be so amped that other people want to be like them, and it makes them learn new things and try new things as well. So CrossFit is for everyone. If you've ever had that hesitation that you couldn't do CrossFit because you either thought you were going to hurt yourself, you couldn't learn anything, your body would be too sore, I'd love to hear from you. So please comment in the sections below. If you're on YouTube, use the comment section. If you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, please reply, and we would love to hear your thoughts about why you've had hesitation to start CrossFit, because I truly believe anybody can do CrossFit, and we would love to be able to dialogue with you about that and see you improve your life even now in your older age. So if you're not following us, follow us. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, please subscribe, and that'll be a good way for us to interact with you, give you new content. If you are a CrossFitter and you're wanting to see yourself improve and see yourself at the top of the leaderboard next time. But encourage all your friends, share this video, encourage people. CrossFit is for everyone, from birth till death. I tell you, it's for everybody. Have a good one.